Sanmanani, Dumelang Bahlali, welcome to another episode of What Keeps You Going with them Jalis on our new YouTube channel.
Imaginary.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, Kamalami Tulisile Motawagamjali, and this is the author.
Motagamjali.
My husband.
Yeah.
Yebo. So guys, Sanamigela, please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah.
So on this week's episode, do you wanna give Abahlali what we're gonna be talking about? Okay, so basically, yeah. So I think you guys should know the drill by now, right? So we have guests. And we post them a video on a weekly basis, right? So what we do is we would have a guest and they tell their story. And as soon as they're done, we have a review, right? Where we share our thoughts. Yes, and just to reflect on what we have learned from their stories, right? So I think it would be advisable for you guys to check their stories first and then come back and watch the review. You know, and you can also join in on the conversation by dropping by your comment down below and tell us what you actually thought also.
That comment.
And
a person would comment and then remove that comment afterwards. Like, you get a notification from your emails, right? Or YouTube, hey, someone commented on this video.
Yeah.
When you go into the video, there's nothing, you know.
Maybe by
chicken out or something.
Yeah, probably.
But don't be afraid to engage us on those. Actually, it would be more nice if before we have these reviews, right, or about reflection on the previous episode, if people can just comment on the actual video or the episode, so that by the time we're shooting these ones, we would also consider your comments as well.
Yeah, and what I found most of the time also is that Abahlali, like when we post our videos on Facebook, right? They would actually comment on the Facebook post about what they thought about the video on YouTube instead of commenting on the YouTube video itself, you know? So, yeah, we would really appreciate it, guys, if you leave your comments right here. Don't be scared.
Especially the mom, Hispanic.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to trend. So that one, it really, really trended.
Yeah.
So don't be scared, guys, to leave your comments and what you think about that particular episode. Yeah. So I'm gonna let Ubaba give us just a mangampo, right? If you missed out on Ntombenhle Vianto Mjali's interview.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just gonna give us a summary nyana, and we'll dive into what we think about it.
All right. Ntombenhle. Konje wenzakala ngeNtombenhle?
Uskoni.
So Ntombenhle met this guy esontweni. Oprada wambheka nababheka banothisana kwaba naleyo vibe, you understand. Later on kwaba nama inbox exchanges, tama inbox ke kwaba khona abakuhlanganisayo yangithola bahlangana bamithe, they went on a date and then babaya ku date chemistry yaba right, bathandana kwaba mnandi. But I think one thing ebe inkinga mabaqala uNtombenhle ayipick up ukuthi oput a freelance, a musician, so uthena ngeke ayosebenza, angeke asebenze anytime soon. So lokho akuzange wabe inkinga vele mabasaqala yangithola.
Okay.
So I think but they less than a year oputho yenza ama intentions akhe ke aba clear yangithola ukuthi no ngifuna ukwenza umkami and all that, and then konke lokho kwayenzeka ke. And then mase bashadile, I think aqale ke sekuvela ama issue ke, the fact ukuthi ubhuta ka provide ability yakhe provider
to provide financially
yangithola. Kube inkinga umuntu ofaka isalary income ebhekiwe consistently, the wife. But more than that nje ubhuti nje nayo unama tendency nje yangithola kuba ungathi umuntu oba busy. You understand? Did you get that? I hope I'm confused nabanye abantu. Uba busy ne? You didn't get ubu busy. Ubu busy simthole later towards the end of her marriage ukuthi besakathola omunye umuntu
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So
yes.
now, without ukuthi ngimiss
Coach.
miss coach, right? But impression engiyitholile ngathi ubhuti labantu labo ababheka abantu besifazane ngathi bayaphusha basamwe ngelife, you understand? And then bazongena ku relationship
that way. Okay.
So that umuntu angakhona ukusponsora ilife yakhe ukuthi aqhubeke abe ileta yiyo, because mabahlukana seba divorce, right? Okay, kube nama issue we domestic violence, ngiyamthola kube nama issue wama family kube nama issue nje amaningi, but go ku episode yoyibheka ngiyamthola. But into ebebhlungu ukuthi that financial gap beyiteka a toll ku marriage itself, because to an extent ukuthi bengasa khona ukubhadala rent.
Wow.
Ambhadala rent no ugesi, khona ukubhadala school fees seyingani. So,
and I think also one of the things that she's mentioned was that he made it clear that he was not going to work for someone, for anyone, right?
Noma sekunjalo,
even through those financial.
Bazamile ku intervene ama family ukuthi no man ubhuda akayi kosebenza ngoba kuyabheda, even noma konjalo wa insist wathi yena ngeke akwenze lokho. So hamba I think a year or two, just we didn't get the exact number of years they were together, but akuzange kwabe isikhathi eside ke kwavela omunye ke oseka khona ukuyisponsor ilife kabhuti,
and that's where their marriage dissolved, right? Okay.
Anethemba uViyanto udonke into izoba right kanti akazi ukuthi ithemba likho enough, kufuneka nalabafana nje.
Right.
Bahambe nethemba lingahambi lodwa. Ithemba malihambi likhashwe irand. So ngathola ithemba likaViyanto lihamba lilodwa lisele irand kwaba iproblem. So ubhuti wathola umuntu osponsora ilife yakhe, and then kwaphela kanjalo.
Wow. Guys, like it's really a lot.
Yeah.
And okay, well, what stood out for me is, I don't know, guys, I've just been coming across so many women who are authors, right? Because Ntombendle is actually an author herself.
Yeah.
But in that, I've realized like it's becoming a norm, which we're getting more and more women or female authors who are writing about nothing but pain. Pain which was inflicted by the very people who are supposed to be their partners.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I think 80% of the female authors in Bazio, guys, it's either they're talking about pain, they're talking about how they made it through, how they survived, even the ones that we've had.
Yeah.
I mean, from Mamsi to Cynthia, which we're going to get into, I think, after this.
Yeah.
And yes, I really don't know what's happening, guys. And I'm not saying they did not have a role, you know, to play in how their relationships, you know, ended, you know. But why is it that most of the time, I'm sorry to say this, but guys, I stand to be corrected. Please don't come at me. But why is it that most of the time we find that it's men who are actually, you know, doing all these things to women? Like, it's really so sad, guys. Like, I feel like it's really so sad because we're enduring so much of this. Because if you look at Historisaka, right? Even through everything that happened, she still had hope. You know, and I don't know if she got into it on YouTube, but I remember when we were interviewing her on Facebook, she got into that she was even hospitalized. Yeah. You know, due to that, but she was hopeful even in that. You know what? Our marriage can still work. You know, and sadly now it was the husband who actually filed for a divorce. Yeah. After everything he had done, yes. It wasn't her who was like, you know what, I'm out, I'm done. It was the man, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. And also...
on that one, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere, I don't know.
Because what's in the
more big issue, so, much pain. I think that's one thing people don't understand. Pain is part of life. There is nowhere.
But where do you draw the line?
Where sizofika lapho. La avoid khona pain. Nginenkinga nomuntu expect ukuthi umshado ube different from other fields of life. You understand? Umshado uhlala nomuntu or you're strange on a Mars and you're gonna spend years na there's bound to be pain.
Okay.
Probably a whole lot more than in your other relationships, because the relationship now you are not as invested as you are, and as honest as your marriage is, right? I think pain is part of life. Is overcome. Just in the shire, right? Ukuthi must choose pain yethu. Inking I think ibalapho. Yeah, tall.
Huh?
Mau choose the pain. Mau choose umuntu omthandayo must understand. You choose uthando, you choose the pain. You understand? So
khawuphinde futhi
uchoose ubumnandi ukuthi kule union kuzoba mnandi, right?
Right.
Because khona izinto ezimnandi akupha zona.
Okay.
But manje ngoba impilo ngendlela uNkulunkulu ayidala ngayo, there's kunokukhanya and then kunobumnyama. uNkulunkulu makadaliza, right, was separate kanjalo ukuthi there will be night, there will be day. Impilo yomuntu injalo,
right?
Yangithola. Kunobumnyama, kunokukhanya, kunobuhle, kunepain. Wonke umuntu unobusathane, ngazi ngibeka kanjani. Wonke umuntu unobusathane ba.
A bad side to them.
Standard.
Right.
Akusi exception khona baraya wonke umuntu unaleyo nto.
Gotcha.
So sokuwuwe mawukhetha ukuthi yipi pain lo
that you're willing to tolerate.
Tolerate,
Okay.
to understand. So ngifila ngathi mase sifika kuleyo part, just like yonke into yenzayo life in, yangithola. Mawusebenza khona amaboss uzowathola bedayo. Yangithola khona uzowathola right, khona psychological azokhama, yangithola. But you don't attach gender to say iboss yomfazi or iboss uthi le boss specifically nenkinga. Yangithola. But icompany yona as a whole akusi problem, just le boss engiyitholile inkinga. Khona abantu oze interactana be life in ku business, khona bazokushaya bakuqola imali yakho, you understand? Vele abantu bakhona banjalo. But mase kufika kuma relationship angaziwa isithemba abantu kangaka. Like kuma relationship ngathi umuntu once athi uyakuthanda.
Maybe it's because it's thengiselana amaphupho.
Don't
you
understand?
think? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's easier to, you know, like umuntu mawungamazi, I don't know, like futhi ababhuti masiba nelimi elimnandi, you know, like
Yeah.
you know.
So imagine a company enkulu, if noma ufika kule TCV, that's not enough. Bazofuna ama reference. Ngoba bayazi into oyikhuluma ngomlomo, you can easily ushaya umuntu. So I think without I think esitoni sakaViyanto it's said to sometimes amadoda awakhulumi, yangithola. Even no massive
I think also just to add on that, like most men are not as vocal as us women, because you'd also find we as women, we have, you know, like man, let's say a good Women's Month, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna have like women's seminars, you know. But why is it that men actually don't have this outlet where they? I think that would actually help.
Yeah, because now it's as totally story as if from both sides.
Yes.
I even have a friend,
True.
you know, or process of divorce, right? Even ukhuluma ngaleyo nto, he wouldn't come to public. Noma the person only there to divorce is the wife. But somehow indoda ithatha as a responsibility yayo. That's why you hardly find a divorced man afike la athi bekangenza kanje.
Tell me, why is that? Can you, from a man's perspective?
Yeah.
Can you tell us why aren't men as vocal as women? Because also, like, if Upega writes show here to throw out, we've had only female guests, right, who actually talked about their pain. And like I said, there are two sides to the story.
Yeah.
Because if we would invite their partners, they'd probably have their own, you know, side of the story to tell. But why is it that men aren't as vocal as we are?
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think what this does is to
by once.
Yes, one-sided, like nisho, why amadoda enza so? Why amadoda enza so most of the time?
Yeah.
You know? So don't you think you guys should?
I think kumele ukuthi why indoda oqala le ndoda yenze kanjalo. Sithole leyo context, right?
No, but sigcina sithi amadoda because they're not as many. Njengoba ngisho ukuthi we've had already sinama guests like 4 and it's only females.
Yeah.
But if you were to invite one of Thank you. If you were to invite one of their spouses or partners, do you think they'd actually be willing to come through and share their side of the story?
No. And that's the problem, right? For example, the example of your friend, there was some infidelity corner involved from the side of the wife. So now umuntu wesilisa mazofika khulume athi umfazi wami uyawangichithela. kuye makayibeka kanjalo ireflector ebudodeni bakhe because siphila kulo mhlaba lo when umuntu wesifazane enza
it means I feel less of a man.
Yeah, and athi ngichaza ukuthi wangisho kanjalo siphila emhlabeni ukuthi abantu besilisa they are always at fault ngayo yonke into ukuthi yonke into noma ngasi fault yethu yathola when uzokuthi there's a woman who was murdered but inkinga amadoda right
okay.
They wouldn't say inkinga ye crime ekhona yathola so now you are responsible for this into ongekho actually responsible for zona
okay.
yathola so now mawuthi umuntu wakho now yazi whenever a woman cheats the question eba khona ukuthi indoda yenzeni. It's never good how since uchithela indoda yenzeni. I think it stems from that where now as a umuntu wesilisa right it does something to your masculinity ukuthi first lo muntu uphumile walala nenye indoda just the idea of that it when I should
something wrong
yangithola khona into wrong you understand for your wife to do that because generally we've accepted that women abacheat mabacheat akusho wena ndoda inkinga
something must
you understand so now kunzima ukuthi indoda ifike and come out because uthathe responsibility ukuthi mangithi umfazi wami uchithile ungichithele chaza khona into wrong engiyenzi so umuntu wesifazane noma ngathiwa bathi ugwaza indoda wenzeni the conversation somehow is from
there'll always be a justifiable thing.
The justification just must question leyo nto it's never good wa umuntu wesifazane abulele indoda yakho ayikwa i-question ukuthi indoda yenzeni it's always that you understand so I think that makes it hard for men to come out and say umuntu wami ungichithele umuntu wami ungenza ukuthi nokuthi ngoba egcineni uyazi ukuthi izohlala kimi so now it's better ngisithulela and just second men don't talk we don't talk much nendlela yethu ukuze express asifani nani we don't find a release it's not in catharsis right for us men masikhuluma nje yabona mangizokhuluma sithuke sikhuluma kufanele kube nepurpose ipoint esiyakulo but angeke ngifike ngikhulume nje ngoba iseseke usiyakhuluma ngoba kunomgozi.
Are you throwing shade?
Yeah?
Are you throwing
no,
shade?
I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying
like
as
because like so women just talk because they just like talking.
Women talk ne. I think namanje sibe sweetness leyo nto leyo right. Masikhulisa abantwana bethu ne. Ukuthi mfana intaletho umfana uqala ukukhuluma anabo 4 ne sengisho nje akhulume nje serious ukuthi uyakhuluma nani but 1 2 besingana nkingi but lo nefimile now una one but into afakaza yona but that doesn't mean ukuthi khona into wrong ngokukhuluma chaza ukuthi asifani yangithola mina is expressed differently from us but ke ekugcineni siba nama one sided story wokuthi actually what happens emishadweni you understand what leads to that I think ziningi izinto ezenzakalayo and not speaking about indaba kaVianto specifically ziningi ama head put each other through one you understand
as couples
but because amanye awanazibas you understand
what's that
ika ane asikisi bafethu nami ngamthathe valo so ngicela understand sometimes isizulu sinokumbalekela kancane but khona indoda mayishaya umuntu wesifazane physical they ask scars ubone ukuthi lo muntu abusive but umuntu wesifazane maka abusive verbally towards umuntu wesilisa we don't see lezo ikazi lezo so understand so now masihlala sibajaja sizothi lo ngoba kuyabonakala ika
then we're going to take a side like because
sure lo munye ngoba sibonakala ika asibali so ziningi izinto masiconverse and ziningi nawo masikhuluma mina na ukuthi sometimes masikhuluma as much as ngiyindoda as much as ungibona ngathi ngisigora and stuff nginama emotions the stuff you say that esingihetayo you understand but now we are programmed in a way yokuthi amadoda are strong because sometimes abantu besifazana abasempilweni zethu they feel like they can say anything and because I react to things the way when you would ufuna ukuthi azithinti kanti mina ngithi that's the way I respond to things ngiyangitshela into ngiya-internalize ngithola I won't respond ngendlela engifila ngayo ngizoresponda ngendlela engicabanga ngayo ukuthi umuntu wami ukwatile kamanje if isiqhubeka ngale le izo-escalate but wena ngoba ungibona ngithulile awuyasho ukuthi ayile mambana ayizwa lutho uqhubeke but that's not to justify izinto zama-domestic violence and all that just besisho nje esayidini le pain ukuthi it's hard to get le story so too yiko sithola ipain abantu besifazane because they are more willing to come out and say usona sona so yangithola amadoda even ku hard even if umama ngekho empilweni yomntwana you hard to find a man post on Facebook ukuthi baby mama wenza lokho akayenzini
But how often do you find that?
yangithola in there
umama ngabe khona empilweni
ngise groupini yamadoda yabo baba ku Facebook.
Okay, but babe, that's another story for another day.
But sengiyasho ukuthi zikhona but you hardly find men nabantu aba divorced uzothola emokhuluma nabantu ukuthi lo mjithu divorced but women bayibeka so.
But don't you think it's because women invest so much, guys? Like you like in a marriage, right? Like we lose so much. That is why I think we feel we see sometimes ipenye to dinga more attention. No, like think about it, right? I left Ekaya to be with you. I left my surname to be with you.
Yeah.
I bore kids, sacrificed my body, which I still am fighting to get back to this day, right? There are chances that you might still want more kids, right? And I'm not saying Nami, I don't want kids, but I'm just saying, and also at some point, no, I do, but ubani or endure more pain from that. Women, right? Exactly. So that's why I do. 100%. 100%. I'm saying 100%. But in that, ubani o go through changes now, ubani go through a pain. You know, mostly it's us women. And in other cases, it goes as far as women having to leave their jobs to take care of the whole family. How many cases? How many cases do you know of a man having to quit their jobs to take care of a family? Very.
That's exactly my problem, right? You sure. Good. Once we get to a place, man, just no compare. I go colasso akon.
No, but it's. I think in reality,
who's not invested more? I think in life, you can't balanced. You understand?
No, true.
I can't balance in the sense of ukuthi yabona manje ekhaya sikhule si6 masingahlala sonke singanza sekhaya for example sonke sofila ukuthi ubani beka Twitter so ubani beka Twitter so masamu assessa samu ukuthola into equal vele izoshaya angeke silunga yangithola so now ngiyawezwa la lezi zinto zenza yangithola but nami indoda ngafika yangiunderstand ngithi as much as sila mangathiwa manje isimo siyabheda landlini akusinkinga yakho isociety ayibheki nokubheka wena makuthiwa kuyabheda ibheka bani ibheka mina ukuthi I'm useless ngahlupheka kanjani ngikhona angiphume ngenze lokho angiphume ngizame lokho so khona nathi ama responsibility esinawo yabona I'd be happy to just chill and raise kids and not worry.
You don't just point of correction. No. Baby, let me please. Can I?
I'm going to take it out of context. And then take that out of your context, much. You understand? I would be happy. You understand?
To just chill.
Okay. Uguthi ngiraise abantwana, right? Asoke mathematics. Yeah, understand. Ukuthi mangithi chill ngicazana. But I also would be happy mina if bengekho responsibility yamadoda ukuthi kumele abe out there asebenze. You understand? If society was comfortable with men but raise abantwana, I think I would be happy to do that. Ukuthi nakekela ingane yonke into ibe right wena uphume uyenze plan ukuthi la sikhona khona usikhipha kanjani.
But you see now you're contradicting yourself because now you go into the very same thing that you just said ukuthi the comparison.
Angithi into engisho.
And also I can argue also ukuthi women are doing that anyway. We are going out, honey. We are getting our own money. We're doing it. And we do that on top of raising kids, which is something that I could argue that men cannot do. Go out to a 9 to 5, come back to the house. I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to look after the kids. And you, my dear hubby, right? So,
but
I need argument.
If you do that, for example, right? We are here because that's what you want. There's no societal pressure for you to do that.
But in this day and age,
even in this day and age, you never show about housewife. You never get a show. Yamadoda. Magu show Yamadoda go by comedy. Le yabo Kevin Hart. You understand?
So you're saying that women are working because they just doing it for fun?
No, they're not doing it for fun, right?
What?
I'm saying in terms of his society, akuna expectation ukuthi manishada umuntu wesifazane wesilisa, akuna expectation ukuthi umuntu wesifazane kuba uyi-provide. Whereas mina ngumuntu wesilisa ngingakabi yilutho. Sengibekwe expectation. Yikho umuntu wesifazane, right? Angakhona ukuthi ngiyazi izosounda reckless as a statement, ngithola. But umuntu wesifazane can be like, you know what? I'm tired of this corporate. Let me go and raise my kids. Kube normal. Kube normal in the sense ukuthi akekho umuntu osipecifier abona inkinga ngale yodwa ukuthi ufuna ukuraise abantwana. You understand? But
it's not like you're just going to chill.
No,
you're going to raise abantwana, and let me tell you, it's a job on its own. Exactly.
So, but mina mangathi kini hayi mkhwekazi wami sengikhathele ukusebenza azu mara umuntu ambona ngathi nawe uyibambile hayi sengicabanga ukukhulisa abantwana.
I think we are heading there. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. I mean, like, house husband, you know? And I mean, okay, I think that's not really the case, right? But she did mention but there are such cases, Mjali.
No, sengisho ukuthi wena masenihleli kusekele kungaba i-pride onayo ukuthi genuinely you are happy ukuthi indoda yakhe ayisebenzi inakekela abantwana. Ngoba kulawa masekele ufind umuntu uyasaba nokuthi akhulume ngayo ukuthi indoda yakhe uzozama uqamba manga
because of my expectation.
He's working on his second book. Lapho ngihlelele endlini nje mina nginancwadi engiyibhala.
No, I think I get you.
Yeah, but
I get you.
I don't want us to take away izinto. There's a lot women about going through zona who are still going through zona and they shouldn't be going through zona. But I think ngifuna shy away from yona ukwenza leyo comparison yama investment, because once you get leyo mentality emshadweni wakho kuba lula ube naleyo attitude nokukhuluma nepartner yakho ngoba so ufila ngathi wena uyi-CEO yangithola lo nomunye umsebenzi wakhe awubonakala uwo sacrifice a lot so kulila ukuthi ungamthathi serious noma umuntu anama concerns serious yangithola. And that's a case. That's what a philosopher Ellen DeBarton mentions ukuthi the case yokuba ku relationship yokuthi ucabanga ukuthi wena you're going through a lot umdlulu ipartner
the other one
yangithola. And once you think ukuthi wena going through the lot angeke ummamele lo munye ukuthi uthini, because when ama issues wakho yiwa abalekile, you understand. But we are going through a lot, especially our women. I think that we cannot take away, especially our women and our men. But I see suitable comparison. I think the balance is just to be compassionate towards each other. If konama issues are hlupayo, I should be able to listen to you and try to attend to them. If konama isn't party guys, you should be able to listen to me as well. Once ngaqale ngathi mina ngizukuthi nami ngizoqala ukuthi yimi ngiphuma out there ngiyohasila ngenzeni, you understand? And that's I think it's unfair for couples to have those conversations. Would manje ubani or suffer more than the other, and one deserve more attention than the other. Yeah, I'm told. But yeah, we're super paying.
Cool. Bahlali. Inzima kakhulu. So I think getting into the second point, right?
So no.
I think this is a good.
Yeah.
So I think another thing that I picked up is, you know how we as women are just the societal pressures, right? That comes with when are you getting married? You know, actually it starts from being in a relationship, and then when are you getting married? Then you get married. When are you having kids? Then you have a kid. When are you having another one, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this, especially from my experience. Don't come at me. From my experience, the Christian community, guys, it always puts pressure on women to get married, which I feel sometimes it leads to women making wrong choices in terms of, you know, getting married.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you're like, you know, and you ignore all the red flags. You're like, you know, I'll pray for this person who's uzoba suited, you know, to be you know. And I think it's time that we really do away with that completely. Because really, guys, I always say, Uguti, it's so sad getting into a marriage, especially if there are going to be kids involved, and you find, Uguti, you're not compatible, for lack of, a better word. Yes, it's not just you that you are inflicting harm on. You have to think about these innocent souls that you bring on earth, who are now going to have to be broken as well, because they're going to be, raised from a broken family, due to you guys separating or divorce or whatever the case may be. So I feel like as Christians, let's try to...
And women themselves.
Women, yes, we do. No, honestly, we do. And it's another thing, Yoguti. I mean, even emasontweni, mawufake ring, you somehow think ukuthi uthole itikiti lasegating lasezulwini, and you think you're somehow better than the rest. And honestly, it happens, So I think we need to shy away from that. Yes. And really, I always say, guys, there's nothing special about a ring. There's really nothing special about it, because I feel like khona umuntu ongenayo ring but oku relationship healthy, and then khona umuntu one ring but miserable. So learn to discern.
No, we don't want to.
Ladies, no, I'm telling man.
But it affects, and it's true, right? It's true, right?
And you know what, Ne? Yeah, the sad thing, which I know we're gonna preach and preach and preach, and this might not change today, but into ngiyazi ukuthi sonke siyafuna ukutesta. Sonke siyafuna ukuzwa ukuthi kunjani ukufaka iring.
It is lengoma le man ejoyous.
I'm going there.
Oh, but
nobody can stop me. Yeah. Uzwa ukuthi abantu bayakhala bathi hey guys kuyashisa emshadweni wena uthi I'm going there.
Fana abantwana abafuna kuba ama-adults. Sithi hey kahleni ukujaha kuba abantu.
Don't do it.
Umuntu hayi. Yabona nathi mashadile sithi relax, take your time uconsider the decision. Ngoba mase ungene la.
Yeah.
Akusadlalwa mase singene la.
So yeah, I think we need to, I mean, even in us raising daughters, we just need to let them know, guys, yes, marriage is good, but don't let your whole life revolve around you growing up and, when the umshado is this prize, if it figure as a blessing, but don't go out looking for it, because uzogcina ungena vele endaweni wrong, uthola umuntu wrong, nishade, nibe nabantwana, and then senilimaza abantwana. I always say ukuthi mina umshado is not just about us. Umshado is about shaping a society. The kids that we're bringing up, guys, it's not just for fun. We're trying to have a better society where we have abantwana healthy from healthy backgrounds and stuff like that, So we want to raise them bangabi nama childhood traumas that they need to to overcome as adults. Imagine what it's going to be a whole cycle, right? Because you're raising this kid from a broken family, and they're going to have a family naye unalezinto azifundile from their parents, marriage. Yes. So I think ladies, maybe mina bazothi ngisho kaso because I have the ring. I know because ngabona so nice so ufuna thina
lento yokulutha le ukuthi nina ngoba uhlale 4 ways esentini awukho la phansi la. So when
so yeah, but I just wish like kube bokuthiwa, when we talk about these things ziyenzakala ukuthi let's don't ignore ama red flags, guys, and uzitshela ukuthi umuntu just because uso emjolweni then all of a sudden a ring izomshintsha.
Yeah, I think you cannot ignore our societal pressure because we exist within society, and in a way there are expectations. Uphila impilo yakho the way uphila ngakhona, uthanda the way uthanda ngakhona, you get your cues from society I contextual relationship and another way uphila impilo yakho ngakhona uyithatha from society. Mabathi indoda eqotha iphila kanje, I don't come up with ways ukuthi indoda eqotha iso. It's because society there's already
has
a blueprint
dictated,
indoda eqotho iphila kanje.
Yes.
So now there's this blueprint abantu besifazane ukuthi for you to be a fully grown woman, sifuna ukubona everything. You understand?
Sifuna ukubona abantwana.
So the pressure corner and it's been there for his cut, understand? And we understand why back in the day it had to be there, you understand?
Yeah.
Because you are comparing my moms, makakhuluma ukuthi for yena personally bekathi makaseka yenza standard 8 but wafuna uqhubeka nesikole because manje uyakhona ukubhala, that's all we need ukuthi usibhalele incwadi, asina expectation ukuthi uye beyond that because uyoba umfazi most indoda izobe provided, so we are from that culture which is still perpetuated not today. And kubhlungu ngoba khona abafazi aba independent, khona still abasabheke amadoda now. So yabona lama confusing message akhona ukuthi khona uthi moya kuma Instagram moya kuma Facebook ugcwele labo bantu labo ukuthi hey mina ufuna umuntu onemali,
indoda must,
you understand? But one concept I don't get ile yabantu besifazana abathandazela umshado, like I don't get that. Ngikhonzeza yona mina, like we don't have that. Awuyitholi nje kuthiwa nabo bosisa abasingile abayenza ukuthi nokuthi.
And you know what, it's really it's sad that ama concepts azangathi abantu besifazana.
Yeah.
I remember we went to some, I think it was an interview that you went to, and there was this lady, she's also an author. She wrote an entire book, guys, about how we married women should be praying for our husbands, and especially if they are cheating. So how is it my job that I need to pray for a nigga who decides to go out and cheat on me? Now it's irresponsibility layer is put on me as a woman because but you know there's a spiritual attack. Yes, apparently it's a spiritual attack on my husband. So now mina funa ngifast, funa ngizincintshe ukudla mina guys because of this guy who cannot, you know, it's really sad. And the concept as angathi abafazi, no man decided good, hey baby azingine-demon ngicela ungithanda. Men never say that. They never said that. It's us women who decided, hey when I saw demon, so I'm gonna fast, I'm gonna pray, I'm gonna do it. Guys, I think that there is no amount of prayer that you can do to change umuntu.
I think that
if they're not deciding themselves, which I'm changing, ayikho.
I think a coping mechanism in a way to say if I'm stuck in this marriage with this man, whom if I were to divorce them, ngizoba yifeyile life inami. So I understand that from a background which you have a parent osuke value as a thembisa. Agana no metric, for example.
Yes.
So she's dependent on that man for the pillar work.
Yeah.
So for her to be able to deal with this situation, there's a devil
that's attacking her marriage.
Zikhona ama instances where economy moya ekhona la emhlabeni. You understand? But sometimes siyipha amandla more than deserve. You understand? Esikhathini esiningi. So now you find ukuthi umuntu sekuyi-coping mechanism yokuthi hayi wenza lokhu because khona imimoya ekhona ngoba mangabheka reality angagive up mangathi reality umuntu wami serial cheat yangithola. So it's better makathi khona umoya spirit behind that. So now uyakhona ukuthi aphile ngaleyo nto leyo. So sometimes kuba leyo coping mechanism, you understand? But the stuff kumele sisikhulume, stuff kumele zishintshe lezo.
And I think also in closing from my side, I think one of our guests, Sabanabo, Uyewa mentioned something that's so profound, guys. I don't think I'll ever forget. In their review. Okay, let me.
Can you do that?
As we keep it element, but it's fine.
Yabona mangabe in sync. Yabona akazi sengiyayithola ukuthi yila ufuna ukuyisho. So emshadweni wakhe strive for that. Angakakhuluma usheshe umtholo ukuthi ufuna ukuthini.
Okay, so unkumbuza ne? Yeah, just remind me. Okay guys, I think, do you have anything else that you want to add?
I think one. Why ngathi abantu besifazane banenkinga makumele basupporte emadoda empilweni zabo?
Support them financially.
Because now if tables were turned.
Okay, why do you say inkinga? Why do you think?
If tables were turned, right? Kule situation kaViyanto kuthiwa indoda esebenzayo afake income, and then uViyanto uyi-artist. Do you think our finances would have been an issue? Do you think there was an issue?
No, I don't think women have a problem with men abanga sebenzi. Women just have a problem with, and I think it goes both ways, man, guys. Especially now in the times that we live in, I think people, yes. I just think people have a problem with somebody who's not trying. It's one thing to have umuntu.
But the artist no muntu. Uyazama.
Yes, I mean, why would you have a problem with that? Every artist is then to understand, okay, our financial situation is so. For the next 6 months, probably so I can't expect anything from you. And then if I have something is stable, then I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Esikhathini esiningi, especially you look at ama-shows adlala nani once indoda ingasebenzi somehow uyafika ku-conversation ukuthi ingena kanjani angazi, but somehow uyafika ukuthi akasebenzi lo kunesikhathi angasebenzi, you understand?
No, I think it goes back to societal pressures and what men have been, labeled to be.
Yeah.
As we've said ukuthi amadoda thank you.
Yeah.
They're labeled as providers, right?
Yeah.
So if I think it's still going to be hard for people to comprehend Leo change. Change doesn't come easy. You need to understand. But I think we are slowly moving into that. Slowly. I mean, Mina, I know people, abana 10 plus years, beshadile, where a woman actually will lead the finances and things like that. Yeah, according to a society, guys, right? That's what a society would label them. But I think Barana, a healthy household, I mean, they've been together for 10 years. Obviously, this is about from the society, which you are this, you are that. Yeah. But you need to be strong enough as a couple, Nanu, anything that comes from outside. Because obviously, if you do that, then it's going to impact your marriage, right? So it happens. And also, if uNkulunkulu akakublessanga vele ukuthi uthole umsebenzi yimi kuphela, then what? So divorce because society you are the one who's supposed to provide. No man, we are moving. We are slowly moving from that. Sure, politic. Anyway, guys, so that is our reflection on the interview yaga Ntombentle via Ntomjali. She's an author. Did she leave her details on her interview?
Yeah, on Facebook.
Yes. She empowers women, so do check it out as well. And thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. We are in partnership with DVC Studios. And slogan is Seychelles. Wow. Also, I was about to say, guys, today in Jengbang Musha, I was touched.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Umpumi, guys, please check it out on Facebook, Beats by Umpumi. Follow them, guys, on their page. They are a young, emerging company. Please support, guys. Yeah. Black businesses as Kulisaneni. Yeah, bamzamile shem, yazini. Bamenza umuntu. Bamzamile.
Ngaba yilento kuthiwa yini? Kuthiwa metrosexual, right?
Oh, yeah. Bamzamile. Hey guys, bekakhaleli powder nangumuntu. Hey.
Asikhathe.
Okay guys, we're out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.